My name is Harley Guindon, aka Harley G, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Harley Guindon. What's up, Harley?
How are you?
How you doing, man?
Just keeping it real.
I see you all over the internet. You're making waves out there, and a lot of people are anticipating this interview.
I'm not going to let them down, I don't think.
No, you never do. What was your first early memories like of your father as a kid?
Well, I remember all the campfires and all the biking and all those type of memories, but like the ones that really stick out with me are like a stripper on the back of the bike, me riding the gas tank. You know, and it's the funny ones when you're like thinking like third world countries, but meanwhile I was like right near Toronto, like yeah, early 90s.
Was there a lot of like biking get-togethers, like rallies and things like that you guys would attend together?
He'd bring me on like the odd field day. I get to see some crazy shit, but for the most part, he just kept his club life. But because he was president, like it was always around my house too, right? Because he had a bike shop in the back, so all the guys would come over.
At a certain point, your father stepped away from the club to spend more time with you, right?
When he stepped away from the club in '96, it was also to spend more time with me, but also because he was focusing on work. And he quit the Hells Angels when I went to the pen. So probably around 2007, 2008, somewhere around there.
When you were growing up, were you into motorcycles as a young man?
Dirt bikes. I rode a lot of dirt bikes. I never got into the motorcycle part because when he quit the Choice and they patched over to the Angels, I never really had any interest in it. I always thought I was going to live it on. I didn't know I was going to be living it on when I was 40.
When you were younger, you started getting into trouble at a young age.
16, yeah, I got kicked out of juvie. I got kicked out of a few juvies, actually.
What was the first time you really got into trouble?
16.
What did you get in trouble for?
It was like drugs and car thefts and, you know, GTA shit.
Just running the streets?
Yeah, just street gangs. And yeah, I came up real young, so. Because I left home when I was 15, so when I left home, I just got right to it. I didn't waste no time.
What type of stuff were you guys getting into?
Well, from what's on my record, it was just like high level narcotics, right? So just selling in doors and we're kicking doors down and just hoodlum type shit, right?
You ended up getting arrested. And what was the first charges you got arrested for?
Oh, a string of car thefts. And then there was assaults, and then there was the drugs, and then assault police, and it just kept going from there. And then it was project. Right? That's how I spent my 20s in the pen.
So what's it like as a young man going to prison up in Canada?
It all depends on how you do your time. I did my time like a menace, so I was always in shit. Right? You can do good time where, you know, you mind your own business, or you can jump in the game, and that's when you get yourself in trouble, right? But I always had to get myself in trouble because I had to look after everybody all my dependents. So. Did
you get involved in gangs in prison too?
We're already a gang when we're in, but we're calling ourselves a crew, not a gang. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
The people that you're involved with, is it a mixed race of people, or is it just a group?
My street crew, yeah. My street crew's always been that. When I got brought out of when I came out of the pen, I got brought into the club, right? So I was still close with my street guys, but I was then a biker. So
by this time, you're still not involved with the motorcycle clubs at all, right?
At this time, when I was released from the penitentiary.
Yeah, when you get released this time, you're in your 20s.
Yeah, I was 25 when I signed on with the Hells Angels.
And what was your first interactions with the Hells Angels?
They wanted me. They drafted me coming out of the joint.
Who were some of the first people that you met that were around the Angels?
I've known them all my whole life. The Choice patched over to the Angels out here, so everybody knows everybody, right?
What were your thoughts when the Choice patched over to the Angels? Did you have any negative thoughts about that during that time?
I didn't really watch it. I was like young, right? So I don't know. I'd say I was like 15 or something. So when that whole war was going on, like I had insurance on every body part. It was a different time. Like it was on high alert. Door cracked. There was people behind the door. It was a pretty serious time back in that patch over.
And they want you to get involved, but is there any hesitation on your part to get involved?
No, I had no hesitation. It was all in good blood. So everybody patched over and became Hells Angels. And then 10 years goes by, and then I come out of the penitentiary, and then they try to draft me, right? Because I made a name for myself in the joint.
Well, you were around Greg Woolley in prison, right?
Greg was a good friend of mine, yeah. We played 1,000 games of chess, yeah.
What's some thoughts that you remember about Greg Woolley in prison?
Greg in my opinion, and I don't even care to go on the airwaves, in my life, everybody that I've ever met, he's the only one that I would be like, yes, sir, whatever you need, sir. That guy's a gent. But he earned my respect too. I just never say no to him because I actually fucking loved him. So yeah, it sucked when he passed. I really rated that guy.
He has a pretty big name.
Yeah, he's an OG for sure. Yeah. It was an honor for me to just be so close with him. So
how long did you guys spend together?
Years, same range. We'd go work out, we'd come back, we'd eat, and we played chess for hours. I hit the showers, hit the phone, go to bed, repeat.
And you fought a lot in prison too, right?
Yeah.
The tattoo on your back.
Yeah.
So tell me about some of them fights.
There were some good ones. It's kind of something weird to talk about. I don't really want to get into throwing my hands and talking about all that nonsense, but there's some good bangouts. Lots of good bangouts.
Yeah, you got into boxing at a young age too. Are you into that?
Yeah, first... So I'd have a next door neighbor, and that next door neighbor was training me like 7 types of martial arts growing up as a kid. And then from like 2 years old on, my dad was teaching me boxing, and he trained my coach, and my coach trained me because my dad didn't have a lot of time because of the club and shit. So yeah, my whole life was just banging. And then I was in jail, and then all of a sudden it just started coming fluently, right? And when you're not scared to die, you're not scared to throw, right? So I don't look at anybody like you're going to be the guy to take me down. So it's just like, all right, let's giddy up.
It seems like today's world's a different time. People don't fight anymore. There is no honor.
We can get at it any way you want, though. I'm known for all three, so let's get at it. Yeah. I'm not just a fighter. These internet guys that are trolling me and stuff, they have no idea who they're talking to, but they're just doing it for clickbait, right? First time ever getting famous, getting 5,000 views. These guys are pathetic.
You have a pretty strong reach.
And I'm going to reach them soon. You better get it. I'm going to find you.
Your name's everywhere out here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk, right? And there's people that want to throw dirt on your name. I've seen it all over the internet, and people talking about you saying you're cooperated and all this stuff. You recently put a video where you vindicate yourself. I looked over the police reports and everything. Do you want to explain on why people even try to go to that, to use that against you?
I have never cooperated with a police officer in my life. These people that are saying anything like that, I would wish for one of them to come say something like that to my face. Okay, I have trolls that are just talking shit. Some are probably working for them. Some are just trying to get some views. No one could ever say that that I work with the police. Okay, that's a joke, and I put that on my children's souls. Them dying of Ebola. Nothing is ever going to come out about me working with police ever.
And then they try to use the charge from 2005.
The one that was thrown out, okay, that I was apologized for publicly by the alleged victim. All it was, got a BJ, put my gun on the sink. I'd already had sex with the girl 200 times, okay? It was nothing like that. It was a homicide wiretap that tapped into an argument that was going on between alleged victim, alleged brother, that led to another argument that said that there was even something that even happened. And because there was anything that was sexual going on, they laid that charge. And then it was thrown out, and she said, even in the transcripts, it was nothing like that. So when I went to the penitentiary, okay, knowing in general population to boot, and maximum security, where people are dying and people literally died in my arms, like Saving Private Ryan, I had to go to the committee and give my fucking paperwork. So all these people that are chirping, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's all they're doing is they don't know what they're talking about. I've had to put my paperwork on the table in Collins Bay Penitentiary, Gladiator School, and Millhaven Max J Unit after I got kicked out of Collins Bay, and I've had to bring my paperwork. I've done all of these things. These guys just don't have anything else to talk about. There's nothing else to say about me. I've fucking held my two down, and no one can say anything about me. So, like, they're running with whatever they can. They're like cops to me.
Do you think it's people from your old life with the other club?
I know they know me, and I don't think they want it. And if they do, they're just saying it under their breath, because I've been hearing the exact opposite out of their mouths. So I am very like this. There's no gray area. It's black and white. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I don't fuck around. I follow the same line. I follow the same morals, values, beliefs, compass. Nothing will ever stray on me. I won't lie. I'm not going to fuck my brother's old ladies. I'm not going to steal. I'm not a piece of shit, right? I don't have a crutch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to lay me down, because there's nothing you're ever going to get on me other than that. Like, you got to get me. That's it. And I don't give a fuck. So good luck to you.
So if anyone with any of those joins your organization, what would be
anybody of which joins my organization?
Anybody with any of those crutches or anything like that are
you try to help your brothers, you try to help them out, right? I don't, somebody acquires, like, they get in an accident, they got a bad back and they're on pills and shit. You try to work their way through it. You don't just cast everybody away like dog shit. That's what the problem with the Angels. They're just sent everybody down, try to keep their numbers low so they can benefit off all the supporters, right? And then they just keep eating their own. Well, guess what? Now it's our time. So behave. Because a lot of us have a bad taste in our mouth. A lot of us.
When you did join the Angels, what was the prospecting period like for you?
I wasn't doing the clearing the ashtrays and serving the beers on the most part. Sure, I did all my bar shifts, but yeah, I was more of a hands-on kind of guy. I spent a lot of my time as a prospect in the joint. So, and then I had to come back out, reconnect with the time period so I could get up to my 2 years so that I could get my patch, right? But I probably beat 20 years of prison time, like, through trial in the pen. I had other guys that were my co-accused that were in the club, right? So, like, we went through it. That's why when these guys are talking, I'm like, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. Like, you guys just chirping for clicks. It's crazy. But I'm going to find you.
There's a lot of misinformation about when you joined the Angels, about when exactly you joined or started prospecting. Some people say it's in your early 20s. Some people say later. So when exactly did you start prospecting?
I think it was like 24, somewhere around there. Yeah.
At one time, there was talk about the Satan's Choice coming back out. Why was that?
That was just me messing with them. I get the members around. I'd be like, hey, man, you guys might want to straighten out those guys, because I'm going to start with the choice. And you know I'm territorial. I'm going to run you guys the fuck out of the city. And I was just making jokes and making little cracks and shit. That's how it started. Yeah, I didn't even have the guys that...
You were in the Angels when you said that?
No, I did make jokes before. Like, I'd make jokes, though. I wasn't being serious. Yeah. I'm a funny guy until I'm not a funny guy.
People took it serious when you would joke around about bringing...
No, I wouldn't say they I said, imagine pissing me off. I'll take everybody. And I just did. So it's funny that I was joking about it over there, and then I just did it. These guys are going to have nobody left of value around here. It's funny to me. Way to piss off the big dog, right?
Yeah, but so at one point, you must have had a lot of fun with these guys and had a lot of good friends.
I never turned on anybody. Never turned on one person.
So where does it start going wrong for you?
It started going wrong when I had a guy... I can't talk about that because of charges. I had a guy do some goofy shit, and he was the president of Brooklyn Hells Angels. His name's Jeremy Brown, a.k.a. Goof. Yeah, I said it, Jeremy. Anyways, he gets kicked out because I was right. And then his little partner there, senior, he gets kicked out. I was right. And it didn't happen quick enough. And here we are now. And it's not going to stop. Now we got hundreds of guys in the U.S., 400 plus in Canada, let alone Europe. Portugal, all the other areas as well. We're all over the place.
So what made you even want to bring this club back?
It's in my blood. I wanted a stronger brotherhood. The brotherhood that I'm looking for is what I want to create. We just buried one of our brothers. It cost $12,500 yesterday, and we paid the entire funeral.
Do you ever feel like you have to live up to your father's reputation?
My father's protege, I'm not going to mention his name out of respect because I'm not trying to cause any heat for him, but he'll watch this and know. He already told me that I surpassed my dad. I don't feel like I did in a sense of the old timer stuff. Like, he was a gent. I'm not taking anything from my dad at all. I love him. I have him here tomorrow for his birthday. We're going to have a great time. I don't feel like I'm in his shadow though. I'm my own man. I've been my own man for probably well over a decade, where I've climbed out of his shoes, so to speak. No one can really say that I didn't pave my own way. I've been given it my whole life. Got 11 years in the joint, like, you know what I mean? GP, solid, hardcore time, not like some playing baseball, eating ice cream shit, you know what I mean? Like meat hitting the wall type shit. And these guys want to rant and rave like, oh, this guy, I'm going to find you. I just keep loving this because you're from the States and all these trolls of mine are from the States. And yeah, we're going to overpopulate and we're going to find you.
So when did you get involved with the music?
The music was just, came out of the blue. It actually just came out of the blue. The guy that did the song Informer, his name's Darren. The big song that was in the 90s. He picked me up in a limo, and then he ended up bringing me to the BMO field, and he wanted to meet me, and then we were hitting it off, and then we went to his studio, and he was like, you got to do this track with me. So we did I Won't Change together, and we just did the music video last week. And it was the first song I ever did. Since then, we've done like 50, right? But it was very lucrative. So like, I was just like, I'm a biker. I can't do this music shit. But then I started renting the places, like big, huge halls, and then selling all the tables and arranging the booze and arranging the sponsors, and all these other things came to light. And then I was throwing shows, full shows, and it was very lucrative. So I was like, yeah, I'll do this again. That's how this all happened. I don't even have a musical ear. Like I'm just, but I'm real, so I can say anything I want, and people are going to listen to it because they already know what time it is, right? So it's easier for me than somebody coming out and being like trying to make it in the game, and everyone knows everything they're saying is bullshit. Right? I'm already wearing a chain that's a kilo, and you know what I mean. I'm already wearing all the gold, and it was just basic.
When did you meet Mercules?
Met Mercules in 2017. I think we've done about 5 or 6 songs now.
With the whole breaking off of the Angels and starting this club, does that cause tension with some of your friends that are friends with other people?
It's underlining and it's shitty because I love Merc. Like, Merc's mom's tucked me in on his Versace rug in his studio in his house. Like, I love Merc. And it was shitty because of the timing. We're on a 4-show concert, and the Choice shit just blew up while he was with me, and I felt so bad. But it was like the only way it was going to go down. So he's got a lot of love with them. And believe it or not, I'm more affected by like just a little strain that I had on his relationship than I am on 99% of any of the club members' relationships. Like, I love Merc that much. Shout out to Merc.
Yeah. So do you think it'll ever be okay?
It could be. It could be if they play their cards right. Right? I'm doing me, right? I'm a wolf, and I'm not stopping. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. But if you think that you're going to come around and start barking at me and doing all that shit, you are not my alpha. And I'll remind you very quickly, hands-on approach, that you're not my alpha. Like, sit down when I talk to you. That's where I'm at.
Were you around when Rick Ross got slapped?
I wasn't there, no. But I did call up Tony Yeo from G Unit, and I was like, hey, yeah, these guys got it. We had a good laugh about it.
That was quite funny. Yeah. Damn, one of your members passed already, and you had to lay him to rest. I seen one of your runs, and you had a ton of people there. You get a lot of support. What's in store for the future for the club?
Satan's Choice is unstoppable, and I'll tell you why. I've read a lot of books while I was inside, and I understand networking, and like I've read a lot. So what I came up with is I developed a system that is a train, and there's no stopping it. At the bottom of it, you have the foot horde. Okay, so the foot horde is for anybody that's lost their license for anything criminal to drinking and driving, whatever it is that they've lost their license for, and they're their foot guys. Okay, so you got your foot squad, and then you have Satan's demons, which is your car, truck, and drifters and all that shit, right? And then after that, you have your RC, right? And the RC is just a bunch of good guys in a riding club, and that's Satan's throttle. Okay. Above that, you have the maidens, Satan's maidens. So that's our women's MC. And we have a good group of women that are actually all over our country, and they're all banding together, and it's becoming a big club on its own as well. Above that is our Satan Syndicate. Now, the Satan Syndicate is directly under us. People, when they look at it, they would be like Hell's Angels, Red Devils, right? So that's our syndicate, except we treat our syndicate like our brothers, whereas the Red Devils are treated like shit. Go do this, go do that. We don't ask them to do nothing. Anything that we need done, our strikers do it for our club. So every club has their own club. We're not managing it. We're not doing this because we're not a bunch of old bastards that are just sitting around trying to like make fun of people and do all that. We want to lift our brothers up. We want our network to be a huge network, global network. Just because they have 40 years on us, who cares? The way that they've done things, they would have been 100 years ahead if they did it right. So I know where they went wrong, and that's where I'm going to fix the system. And within no time, we're going to be the biggest in Canada.
Do you think you're going to run into problems?
I don't care.
Do you think you're going to run into problems?
I don't care.
Some of these ex-members and things like that.
I'm not taking rats. I'm taking guys that got into issues, and there's envy, right? People were playing games for money. This isn't about money, right? So if I know your polys before I take you, right? So if your polys are fucked up, I don't take you. I have nothing wrong telling a guy no to his face. Like, I've already said no. Guy's trying to come correct. I'm like, I don't want you. You're a cancer. Stay over there. I don't want you. So it's not about the money. It's not about the numbers. It's actually about having the right people in the right places. I just happen to know everybody from the penitentiary system in Ontario. So I know everybody from every hood, and they all know me. And then there's the whole biker thing behind the street shit, and then the jail shit. And that's how I know everybody from coast to coast in my country. Right? Because everybody knows somebody that I did time with, or it's happened like that. I never seen it coming. I didn't think I'd be signing autographs because I did some jail shit. Right? Believe me, it's like, what the fuck do you want my autograph for? Right?
It's a different type of thing. I mean,
isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, they're doing articles about you and everything, and the cops, they have it out for you.
Yeah.
They look at this like it's a criminal organization, and the media spins things a different way with motorcycle clubs. What do you have to say for the police that are watching this?
We are not a criminal organization. Part of what we do when we start up new charters is make it mandatory that our charters do community service work, and it's not just for positive PR, it's for the betterness of that community. So each person that's in a charter of a community has an obligation to help out that community, not to do criminal enterprise bullshit. This isn't about that. It's about actually being on the right, smiling, going to campfires, riding our bikes, having a good time, the brotherhood, the camaraderie, the good party, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not in all that other bullshit. I'm actually like, my mind is on some old school biker shit. So, we're not taxing businesses, we're not hurting innocent people, we're not bombing places and doing all this other crazy shit, right? All I'm saying is when people are like, oh, well, he's saying this and he's saying that. No, I'm saying if you step on my shoe, I'm going to step on your head, right? But I'm not saying that to the civilians. I'm saying that to any one percenters, not just one organization. If you come at me, I don't care who you are. If you're a guy and you think you're going to flex on me, I'm going to give you a consequence of an 8 to a 10. If you're not a guy and you do the same thing, then your consequence might be a 1 or a 2, right? I'm just trying to live. I want everybody to like don't stop touching my bubble, and I'll stop popping yours. I got files on guys that are rats that are on the other side, and you guys want to talk shit? Like, as soon as you open your mouth, I'm just like, here's some more paperwork. It's all real paperwork. I'm not doing anything wrong, right? I can't talk to these guys to be like, here's some paperwork on your bro. Like, everyone's like, not allowed to talk to me now because my status is bad because I started the Satan's Choice. My status was good until I started the Satan's Choice, everybody. You understand? Like, I left to look after my dad. I left as a vice president of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, Brooklyn Charter, Ontario. Like, I left on good standing. Okay? And then I got stopped from coming back by 2 goofs that got kicked out after I started calling them out for their shit. I did all this shit behind the scenes. I didn't do any of this shit on the internet until I exhausted myself for 3 years, banging my hand against the pavement, calling these guys out in every fashion, and everybody, including the members around here, just sitting there with their fucking hands in their pockets. Fuck you. Sit down. This is my time now. Okay? That's where I'm at.
Walk me through the day that you left.
The day that I left, it was, it really sucked. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like I left on good terms. Like, I wasn't asked to leave. I was begged not to leave. There's a difference there, right? I didn't have the time for it. I put like 400 grand into one of my businesses, and like, it was a big undertaking that I took on. And then there was outside factors that were leading into some bullshit. I was trying to start up a free arcade for the kids in the community so that they could stay out of trouble. Blew hundreds of thousands of dollars in all these arcade games, and then the city shut me down. It was just a whole shit show. So I was dealing with all that, and my dad's wife passed, and then I took my dad in. I had to like shower him. I had to look after him. And then my spouse was looking after my dad while I was working on this business. And then we got to Canada to run, and it was like, I don't have another 6 hours or 7 hours every day to donate to the club. Like, I don't have the time. So I was like, okay, I'm going to step out for a year and look after my dad, right? Get my business figured out, and then I'm going to come back. And when I come back, I knew I was going to be a prospect, but my whole charter said, yeah, you sit in the room with us. Don't worry about it, because it's just a protocol. You can't come back as a full patch member when you leave, right? So like, everything was planned, and then I go to come back, and then I got these guys roadblocking me. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are you gonna do without me is really where I was at. So I was egocentric to believe that like, you can't even do this without me. And long behold, was I right or what?
Are most of their members like going to your club now?
A lot of the Red Devils are patched over. A lot more are coming. There has been members that have left their organization just because of mutual respects. Do I see a lot of members leaving them and coming to me? Absolutely. As I would too.
When you're with the Angels, you have people that you normally are your rivals, right?
Yeah.
Being that you're not involved with the Angels anymore and you got the Satan's Choice, are you open to taking on outlaws and different people?
I took a Vago yesterday. I pitched a whole outlaw charter today. My idea with this is to have an A beam and a B team. And if all of these clubs band together with me, who are the Hells Angels? Right? Like, I'm talking in Ontario, but it could be worldwide. I'm saying, like, if we outnumber them 6-1, and it's not like they're doing anything right. In my opinion, they're doing everything wrong. So I don't mind being the face of it. I know what happens to me, dead or in jail, and I'm willing to accept it. But you know what? What I started here is going to keep running forward, and there's the right people all across my country that are going to keep it going. And I don't care what happens. It is what it is. I'm about it. So whatever happens, happens. Let's get at it.
Do you think there's people out there that want you dead?
Oh, I'm sure there is, yeah. I pissed off a lot of people. I'm not going to cry about it, though. Come do something about it.
The Rock Machine was pretty big up there. Are they still big up there now? And do you take people from the Rock Machine as well?
The last Rock Machine that I bumped into, I drowned him almost brain dead in a jail toilet in the Ottawa bucket. So
yeah, I heard about that one. What is that because there's a rivalry up there?
There was kind of. Now it's a little different. We did the patch overs with Ontario, so there is no more Rock Machine in Ontario, and we've been talking to others from other provinces and states. So hopefully we can just band together. I don't know why we're all running. This guy's got an Italian club. This guy's got an Australian club. This guy's got this club. If we're from here, let's be about it here. I don't understand. Why are you flying other flags? It doesn't make any sense to me, right? But that's if it's the same mentality. If you have a different brotherhood and a different offering than your regular thing, where we're offering a bigger network. So when all of these 6 teams that are with us collide together and we have big networks, what are we doing? We're all working with each other. We're all generating with each other. We're having a good time. It's camaraderie. It's not bullshit. It's not toxic, cancerous nonsense. I'm so done with the fucking old school biker bullshit. Stick it up your ass. Stick your rules up your ass. I know what time it is. I don't care what you think about me. Fuck off. I'm doing me. We're doing us. You don't like it? Stay over there.
What's the process to patch over a club?
So when it comes to 1%ers, right? You have your 1% motorcycle clubs. If they've already been deemed as a 1% motorcycle club and you've already went through the entire system and you've gotten to the end and you were given your diamond, then you've already been vetted. Okay? So now when I throw your name through a database and you don't show up as an informant and you don't show up as this and that, I take you on as a member. So what we do is we put them all together from an area and we just make a charter, right? And part of the rules are to be good, right? Like, it's not like, obviously I don't want a bunch of pussies, right? But like, we want to be good. Like we want longevity here. We want to have a good time. This is what we signed up for. We didn't sign up for the other bullshit, right? So back to the question is what else does it take? How do you patch clubs over? Well, we take on 1%ers. If you're not a 1%er and you want to be a foot soldier, then we vet you and we stick you in with the horde, or we vet you and we stick you in with the car club, or we vet you and we stick you in here. Now, if you're a syndicate, if you've been in another motorcycle club, right, then we can put you into the syndicate without being a 1%er, right? As that's our syndicate is a 1% club. But it all depends on who you are and how we perceive you and what club you came from. There's a lot more shit that goes with it, right? But then we start you there, and then if we like you and you're doing a great job and everything's going great, then in a year or two, you might be able to work yourself up to the Satan's Choice, which is where we're at.
So basically, every member doesn't wear a diamond unless you're a part of the Satan's Choice.
Satan's Choice and our syndicate. Our Satan Syndicate have diamonds. The rest of the other 4 clubs that are with us are not diamond clubs.
So if someone comes over from a non-diamond club,
you might end up in our Satan's Throttle, which is our RC, or you might be accepted into the Satan Syndicate, which is our MC.
So what's your prospect period like? For an individual that just, hey, I want to start prospecting?
It's a year. It all depends on the individual. I'm not just taking guys off the street, bringing them into the choice. You got to know each other. The people that are in the choice with me, I've known for a long time, right? And like people are like, how are you patching over all these people? Because, idiot, I got somebody that's out there that I've known forever, and he was a Hell's Angel, and he's doing all the vetting, okay? And he knows who's who, okay? And then over on the Atlantic coast, I have the same thing. I have guys. I know everybody. If I don't know you, there's a problem. Or we've heard of each other.
Are you willing to make peace with the Hells Angels?
I'm just doing me, right? I don't think we're ever going to be chummy after me exposing the people that I've exposed. Am I opposed to being able to say hi if my status wasn't changed? No, I'd say hi to lots of members. I have friends that are all over the Hells Angels. My problem's with these little cancers that are in the Hells Angels, or the ones that have big mouths that I just want to shut up. So, like, shut up. Like, who are you talking to me? Like, you served beers and took out ashtrays and can't fight your way out of a wet paper bag. It's not even like you're rich. You don't have any stripes. And you want to talk shit to me? Shut up. That's where I'm at.
Now, if someone's from another club and you guys get into a disagreement and some tensions there, maybe with one of your club members, right? Is there a process to squashing that beef? Do you set up a boxing match? Is it like mutual combat? Is there a way to?
Yeah, I knock on your door and I punch you in the face. That's pretty well what's happening. Anybody touches any of my guys, it's a thing. It's a thing. Like, stay in your lane. We're not going to bother you. Leave us alone. But don't think that you're alpha or we give a shit what you have to say. We don't. It's all in your own head. You believe in your own head, all your bullshit. Me, I don't care. Right? You know what you did when you did that, so now you got to suffer the consequences. Oh, you didn't think there was going to be some consequences? Well, hello, here I am. Knock, knock.
Where did this fake patch come into play? And can you explain to the people about the different patch?
Okay, so the other devil head patch is not like the one behind me and not like the one on my shirt and my hat. Okay, so when there was a disbandment with some Hells Angels that were friends of mine, they wanted to resurrect the Satan's Choice patch. So when they resurrected the patch, they wanted to change it so that there wasn't an issue with the Angels, because they pretty well own the name, so to speak, even though they don't. And I've already paid for the copyright just to clear all this. I'm waiting for the lawyers. I paid $8,000 for the copyright of the Satan's Choice off of the owner that everyone can Google on the internet. Okay? And I'm awaiting that to come to me from him and his lawyer. So just to clear that, the old patch he was part of. Okay? I mean, not the old patch, the fake patch. So he was part of that. And then he bought the real patch too. So the Angels didn't own the patch anymore. So that's why I talked to Wayne that owns the patch and to get the opportunity to buy it back. And he gracefully allowed me to do that. And I'm just sitting here waiting for his lawyer to produce the paperwork signed.
What's the difference between the patches?
One's a little bit more cartoony, whereas this was like the old school patch. This is the real patch. The other one was a made up patch with the same name, Satan's Choice.
What do you want people to remember you for?
Balls to the wall, baby. All right? I'm righteous. I just don't care. Whatever happens, happens. As long as my club flourishes, then if I had to be the catalyst for whatever needed to happen, right? That's irrelevant. I know my club's going to run and ride and continue, so I'm good with that. What has happened already, I'm already ready to go. Whatever, don't care. But it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good show. Nobody's got to worry about me rolling. Nobody's got to worry about nothing. Like, I'm about it. So they know I'm about it. It is what it is. Yeah. Not a lot of people will go against the machine. I think I'm the first person on the fucking planet to take on the machine out here, right?
Yeah, pretty much. By yourself.
By myself, yeah.
You're not by yourself. You have a whole club behind you, but pretty much by yourself as the face of it, yeah. Does every charter operate on its own, meaning?
Yes. I don't have any control over anything that they do. Paperwork's been signed that they're their own charter, right? That way I don't get pulled into what you guys call a RICO or what I call a conspiracy, right? If anything does happen. Whatever anybody does is on their own accord. It has nothing to do with me. It's no direction from me to them. I'm smarter than this, okay, guys? I've been on 4 huge projects. I know what to say and what not to say. When it comes to this shit, I just don't care about what happens with it, so it's irrelevant. I'll talk about it. It's not like I didn't know anything better about talking to the media and doing all this shit, but I just don't care. It's already out there. You can't put the shit back in the donkey, just like one of my OGs used to tell me, right?
Now, if one of your charters does get caught up in some illegal activity, what would happen?
God forbid. That's on them. There's rules, though. They're not allowed to do certain things also. So, like, it might be bad for them with the consequences from our club. because we're not trying to be about that type of shit.
How's your dad been, and what does he think about the revision of this club?
Back, I don't know, probably 10 years ago, he gave me permission along with one of my other guys to start up the Satan's Choice, right? And we went into depth about it, and we had his permission, and then his dementia started taking on, right? So it's like he forgets the day tomorrow. I mean, he forgets yesterday, so there is no real tomorrow other than enjoying the day, right? When he gets around and he sees the patch, he's uplifted. 50 guys running around taking pictures with him. It's a good day for him, right? So I love giving him good days. I look forward to tomorrow's big day. Tomorrow's the first day that the three founders have been together: myself, Don Norris, the original, and then my father. We're gonna do some pictures, have some cake, have a good time, surrounded by a bunch of bros. It's gonna be an amazing day tomorrow.
Is there any Satan's Choice members from back in the day that are upset about the revival of this club?
80-20 positive. And I got some pissed off angels that were choice, but I don't really give a fuck. You guys sold out. Like, I don't fucking care. I don't care. At all. Fuck you. You don't like what I'm doing? Fuck you.
Are you going to get your Hell's Angels tattoos removed? And is there a rule to get tattoos being inside?
There's me removing it. There's a void symbol through its head. I got an X on this one. And the rest you can come get them.
What about people getting tattoos that are in Satan's Choice? Is there a certain period of time that they need to be in the club?
There's guys that I've been riding with for a long time, right? That I've let get the tattoo, but it's supposed to be a year. So my ignorance only comes from my local club, right? So when I'm raw, it's not a blanketed fuck the Hells Angels. It comes across like that because I'm so ignorant. But I have such a bad taste in my mouth because they didn't do what they're supposed to do that I could just spit in the majority of their faces. There's only a couple I wouldn't because I love them and they're old timers, right? So when it comes to the tattoos, you're supposed to wait. That way you don't have to deal with having to get it removed and blah, blah, blah. But it is what it is.
Now, are you going to have an out bad status for people who maybe end up being no good that are a part of your club now?
Yes, but there's a panel. So, this is the thing that the Angels are missing. The Angels, there could be 8 guys in a room. It's over money, right? It's not even like the guy's in debt. The guys are just envious that he's doing good for themselves. So what do? They want to take what he's got. Typical street shit, right? Bam, let's squeeze this guy out. Now we take what they got. Ooh, yeah, right? Well, now we pick up all these guys that you've kicked out, but you kicked out more than what you have, right? And everybody's pissed off. So what's happened now is I've developed a panel. So if you're in a room and this is your charter or your chapter, right? If they want to kick out Dave, the people that want to kick out Dave, the problem, they come to a room. Now, if you're in Ontario, I'll be part of that channel. So what will happen is we'll all sit around and just around a table and we'll discuss the issue. And if I don't deem it and the person that I'm with doesn't deem it an outable offense, right, then we'll let them figure it out, however they need to figure it out. If they need to break away from rooms, one can go over here, one can go over here. But there's none of that kicking somebody out on bad for no reason anymore. You have safety now. That's what makes our club so good, right? It left such a bad taste in your mouth. Bad status should be like when you really, really, really fuck up. Like you can't talk to everybody ever again because you were making money and you wanted my money and you made up a fucking story and
like if you steal from the club or you sleep with someone's old lady.
Yeah, if you sleep with someone's wife, I get it, right? If you sleep with, you know what I mean? I understand why you're getting kicked out. That's an unbecoming offense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to trust your old lady. I've had my best friend's old lady fucking sleep on me in the fucking airplane, fucking sleep in the bed beside me. I'm not touching your old lady. I'm not that guy. I won't do it. So, and not saying that she would either. I'm just saying, out of respect, I'm just that guy. I'm just all code, right? I'm very, very, very code. So I expect all the other people to adapt to that. if they don't have it like they were born with it, I'm going to teach you the best way I can. And if you're a piece of shit, I'm just going to see if you're a piece of shit, right?
Someone did that to you, didn't they?
Yeah, my president. And he had a silver tongue, so he talked his way out of everything. And nobody had the balls to go up against him out here, so it was even more pathetic. That's what led to my views on out here. Like, if I'm on vacation next week and I bump into Hell's Angel from St. Louis, I'd be like, hi, man, what's up? You know what I mean? I'm not honest. I'm like, I'm going to get you behind the drink bar. You know what I mean? Like, my problems are so isolated. Like, I don't have one problem with anybody in Quebec. I don't have one problem with anybody in BC, Saskatchewan, right? New Brunswick. I don't have any problems with these guys. I just have individual problems with individual people. And you want to open your mouth against me, I'm going to shut it. So it is what it is. Just shut up. I'll shut up. Let's stop talking. And this shit will stop.
Coming over into the United States, is there like a protocol for that?
Oh, yeah. Well, we have a vetting system out there, and we have guys in Chicago that are overseeing a lot of things, and New York. And
you already have charters out here in the U.S.
I have almost 200 members in the U.S.
Wow. It's growing fast.
People think I'm full of shit. Wait till you see the calendar, guys.
So are you going to have like national runs? And what are you going to do for the people in the U.S. that maybe have been convicted of a crime that can't go over to Canada?
Yeah, you fly there, we'll fly there, we'll hang out and have a good time, right? Not here. Like, you can't come to Canada, I can't come to the States, right? That's why these trolls get away with what they're doing. Because I would drive 16 hours to just knock on your door and pull you out of that house. Like, you don't understand who you're talking to. Right? It's very easy to find out where you live. Like, I don't get these people these days. They're just so brave behind the internet. Like, so they're eating a keyboard. Like,
I think the internet has changed people.
Yeah, Mike Tyson said it best.
It's true.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood antagonizing these clubs?
To be honest with you, I think they did a pro thing on me. Somebody sent it to me. Believe it or not, I don't have the time to scroll on social media. So, like, I have 4 people that work in my store that work on just my socials, right? I don't have the time to go through 5,000 messages a week, okay? So, like, messages that are left for me, club messages are left for me, and then I tend to the club messages if I have to. I don't see really anything of what they're doing, and I don't mean that, like, they're not doing a good job, but, like, I don't even pay attention to my trolls. I don't care what anyone else is doing. I'm focusing on my own bubble. That's called focus, right? I don't have the extra time to sit there and scroll. I don't have that time to sit there and watch Netflix. I'm working 16, 18 hours a day, get up, do it again, right?
And you got your hands in a lot of different things.
Yeah, and I run a lot of different businesses on top of houses and shit like that. So it's like, I was already busy before taking on this, right? But I have a good, solid team in my mother charter that alleviate a lot of my excess. But I'm still overwhelmed at all times. I'm on 3 hours sleep right now.
Well, I think you're doing a great job, man. You're spreading fast. A lot of people are talking about you, and you're headed in the right direction. I like the way that you're doing community service and trying to help the community. It's a good thing you're doing.
From the heart. Like, I've done over $2 million in community service in my city in the last 8 years. I was a hoodlum before that. And then I was just like, I'm sick and tired of doing it this way. I'm going to do it this way. And I haven't looked back since I started doing it that way. So I'm trying to, like, also help everybody else that if I can do it, you can do it. Because I was the worst of the worst. So if I can do it, let me show you how to do it. And let's together make a big change, like, everywhere. Like, it just spreads like the plague, but in a good way. You know what I mean?
If there's a former member of the Hells Angels or any other club, what would be your advice to them?
Call me. You made it there, so you're already accepted with me. I just got to make sure that you didn't rat nobody out. You didn't do any fucking weirdo shit. Come with me. Let's get back on our bikes and ride our bikes. Let's go. That goes for the Vagos, the Outlaws, the Mongols, fucking Warlocks. Anybody. I know I'm probably missing the Pagans. I don't know a lot of the American MCs other than that. I don't mean any disrespect to them, but I'm just saying, like, we're trying to make an A team. So if you've already been through the program, you can just come with me. Let's go.
But you're not worried about taking any other former members from any other club. You don't, it doesn't matter.
I don't mean it in a disrespectful fashion. I'm in this to bike, right? This is an MC. I don't care about the dramas. I don't care about the bullshit. I'm not then going to take one of them in and then start politicking with their old club either, though. So you better get that straight. Like, I'm not interested in the bullshit. If you're a cancer, I'll cut you out too. I don't want no bullshit. I just want to laugh, smile, have a good time, right? Ride from one side to the other side, fly over here. Same way the Angels do it, okay? Fly over here, have a great time. I flew everywhere as an Angel. I've been in Austria, all over England, Europe, everywhere. Like, I had a great time as an Angel. I'm just saying it's the same thing that I'm building now. Same formula, tweaked to the way that I want it to be, right? And when I'm talking to you, there's a lot of different questions that I'm asking. Like, what is it that you're after here? Like, what is it that you're trying to get out of this? I don't like where your head's at. I don't want you, right? I'm not trying to be in the newspaper next week for fucking somebody selling fucking fentanyl from St. Choice. I'm just not into it, right? Pro community.
And a lot of clubs, I don't see a lot of clubs doing that, you know, condemning the negative things that bring the clubs down. So,
and I know what each one of those things are. I know all the bad parts of a real motorcycle club. And the panel for being out on bad, that's a huge one, right?
It is.
Keeping each other uplifted, like giving everybody a voice. There's no dictatorship. Even I was voted in. I was like, I'm not taking the position. Like, you guys have to do your votes here. Like, I'm not, doesn't matter. I'll still run around and do my shit for the club because I believe in it. I love it. Like, it's what I do. I love to ride my bikes. I love to get out on a pack of, I love riding with a pack of fucking 200 packs, 200 bikes. Like, that's what I like to do.
Do you guys ride a certain way? Or is there a certain formula to the way you guys ride in a pack?
Well, it all depends on what the situation is, right? We're usually like 2 and 2 all the way back, right? And then we ride with the choice up front, and then the different clubs will start going from behind them, which they're down the part of the St. Choice clubhouse. That's why our social media is like support the SCMC clubhouse, right? Because there's 6 clubs within the clubhouse, and every charter around the world needs to get all 6 clubs together, right? And then the women are flying all over the place and meeting new women and having a good time too, right? And it's just great camaraderie. It's not about selling dope and trafficking guns and fucking leaning on businesses and extortions and women. I'm not into any of that shit. I'm not. I make my money my way, and I don't want anybody that's fucking doing stupid shit around me anyway. So you want to deem me this way, deem me that way. But I don't really care what the fuck you think anyways. Clearly. I don't care what they think. I sure as fuck don't care what you think. You know what I mean? It's fit in or fuck off. It's my lane. If you're not in my lane, stay. I don't even know you exist. Because my lane's buzzing all day. I don't have time to think about what's outside of my bubble. If you're outside of my bubble, just stay out of my bubble. Leave my bubble alone. I'll leave your bubble alone.
In the U.S., there's the Confederation of Clubs, right? Where they get together.
We have the same thing.
Are you a part of that up there?
Not yet. My dad pretty well started it out here. So, COCC.
Will you be a part of it?
I would be a part of it, yeah.
We'll see what happens with the future, and I think your future is looking pretty bright.
I appreciate that. I'm sure it's going to get a little dark and dangerous before it gets bright, but whatever happens, happens, and I look forward to a good one.
Comes with the territory, right?
I'm fucking game, man. Sign me up.
But I'll leave a link for your clothing line and all that in the description of this video if people want to check you out.
I appreciate that. I had to take down the HarleyGs.com, right, temporarily because, like, I have a big store, but, like, our influx of sales have taken so many different size pockets. I was like, yeah, I got that hoodie, but I don't have it in a large or an extra large or a 4X. I got it in a 5X and I got it in a small. So it was our shit was so, like, our phones are buzzing all day long. We still have all the sales coming through because people see what we have and then they'll be like, okay, I want 3 shirts for $100, or I want your stuff for 100, or 3 hoodies for 250, or whatever, right? So that's just like, we just take pictures of the stuff and then send it to them. So, but everyone's free to follow. I like to keep it funny. I hope I keep you entertained.
One more question. The interview that Sosta Ghost did with a guy that was allegedly a part of Satan's Choice, I heard that he was not a part of the club. Can you clarify?
He was a 1% of another motorcycle club. He came to me, gave me the spiel. He brought me to Sosta Ghost. So I did the interview, and then I put my cut on him to do the interview because he was supposed to be coming with us. And then days after the interview, more things came to light, and I was just like, okay. So he never got his own set of colors. He never got a tattoo. He never got anything like that. He was a one day gone type thing. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the guy. The guy's just, you got a bad shake over there, and then some shit happened, and I can't have that around me. So I wish him the best, though.
But the links will be in the description of this video. Thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. You got any new music coming out?
I have the second album done. We've already done a couple shows on it, but the guy that did all my producing shit, he just went to jail, so I can't even release it. Or yeah, but I'm gonna just keep doing the videos because I never did any of the videos before. Snow just got us doing them. I'm now bringing that into light probably in the next 2-3 weeks. So I won't change. Snow Harley G.
If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast.